A Baby Named Mango, Chapter 6. Today I'm going to read from my journal, or attempt to anyways. So I wrote this all down, and I feel like I wrote it really good, but let's find out. November 11th, 1993. My family and I was 9, moved into our first home. It was the third on the left in Shadbury Circle. The color was pewter. Why would anyone pick that color? It was as ugly as it sounds. I mean, we liked it. I thought it was ugly. We worked in the middle of the night, painting the walls while it was in construction. This was a way for my parents to save on the loan. I remember painting the primer on really thick because it wasn't covering up the mud tape. Dad told me not to do that because we were coming back with another coat of paint. I didn't believe him, so I painted it thick anyways. Later, when I had to paint over the same spot again, then I understood and believed him. Too late. I tend to learn that way. I have to see it, witness it, to know it. I'm a visual learner, you know? I started in class in the 4th grade. Mr. Jared, old guy who didn't seem to care much. He was quite boring. It was obvious to the kids in my class that not only was I weird, but that I came from a poor family. It's pretty good writing here. I had homemade and thrift store clothes. My brother, sister, and I got free lunches, and we would go to school early so we could have free breakfast, too. We were that poor. Being poor and weird was all the reason needed for Kevin to poke fun at me. Often, daily, I was tortured by the class clown. Mr. Jared didn't do much to stop him. When I'd go to him in tears, he'd tell me to go to the bathroom till I stopped crying. Let's pause there. I have a big problem with our culture around crying. Of course he told me to go cry. You don't know what to do with crying. Go cry by yourself. If you're going to cry, go hide, right? Oh, when people cry, we try to stop them and comfort them often. No. I would love it if we could cry more. And I would love it if I could cry more around people. And I strive to. I work on it. I still have this knee-jerk reaction to go and hide when I need to cry. And sometimes that's what I need, actually, because when I'm by myself, I can really just let it out. But this was more of a go hide until you can pull yourself together and then come back. Anyways, back to the story. I remember being envious of the kids who had boxed lunches brought from home. I was quite bored of the standard school lunch menu choices, except for pizza day. I was always happy when they served pizza. Then the lunchbox kids were jealous. I was considered weird because I was a girl with a girly name who wore clothes and acted like a boy. I had short hair that my mom tried to make girly, but I couldn't stand it. All the more reason for them to make fun of me. Between being made fun of, having no friends, and being embarrassed about my hairdo, I was quite miserable. At least I had my art. At least I could draw. And better than anyone in the whole 4th grade. If someone wanted something drawn, like a monster, or a horse, or a cat chasing a rat, I could do it. This somehow brought me a social status. I wasn't nothing. I was the artist. At home, things weren't much better. Mom was her usual sick in bed all day, awake during the night, and while the kids and husband were asleep. Dad was his usual self, workaholic, Monday through Saturday, home and grouchy on Sunday. Jake, my older brother, was really mean to me during this time. Tortured by Kevin at school, and then tortured by Jake at home. There was no safe, restful place for me to escape. Somehow I made it through. My cousin Steph lived with us, along with her newborn baby, Jordan. Steph was 18, and Jordan was this cute little baby. Steph was going to school to be a hairstylist, so she tried her hand at helping me with my hair. To no avail. Ugh, it was such a struggle. That summer, we started having a lot of fun. Shadberry Circle had about 10 houses in it, 10 newly built homes with a bunch of kids. We sure had fun playing in the construction. The big holes for the basements and the huge dirt piles beside them were my favorite. We'd play hide and seek in the framed houses. At night, we'd play night games in our street and among the houses. They were the most epic games of kick the can I've ever played. Plenty of playmates and plenty of places to hide. Houses, bushes, cars. It was great. I also learned about community celebration of holidays. Halloween came along. Suddenly everybody was decorating, and we'd done decorating before, but something happened that I'd never experienced before. Doorbell ditching with surprises. The phantom ghost with some treats. Leave. If you get hit by the phantom ghost, then you have to spread it to 2 other houses with treats. It was so fun. Oh, it was so fun being sneaky. Leaving things, doorbell ditching, running away. It was so much fun that Mom decided that we should continue to play for Christmas. And we made a Christmas one. That was fun. One year we were really, really poor. Really struggling for Christmas. Something bad happened. Something really bad. To make it all the worse, Mom's wallet got stolen with $600 in it. That was our whole Christmas budget gone. Mom was absolutely in tears, a wreck, mad at herself, crying like crazy. There was nothing she could do. There was no money for Christmas. Santa wasn't coming. No Santa this year, kids. It sucked. One night, the doorbell rang. We go to the door, and there's a bag on the doorstep with $101 bills in it and candy. Oh my gosh, it saved the day. I know it doesn't make up for the $600, but it was like there, it was tangible in our hands, and a whole bunch of money. It was so exciting. I loved it. What a miracle. I feel like there were other miracles that year. You know, there always were. Every time something bad would happen, it would turn around and we would be just fine. The next year, 5th grade, I started getting friends. Right away, I sat around some kids first thing in class, and we just started talking and clicking, and suddenly I had friends. Friends that I kept through the next year and beyond. It was so much better. So much better. It was so hard without friends. Having friends just completely uplifted my world. It wasn't so bad when I went home. We got a cat. This one Halloween, probably when I was in 5th grade, Dad was watching Hocus Pocus by himself or something. Anyways. And the cat came up and like cuddled with the girl, and his little heart just like broke and was like, oh my gosh, we should get a cat. So that Christmas, right almost at Christmas, my parents are like, okay, kids, come up here in our bedroom. They take us up in their bedroom. And they're like, okay, sit on the floor. Sit on the floor. And we all sit around on the floor and we're like, okay, what's going on? And then they take a little jingle ball and roll it across the floor. And we're like, Jake's like, is there a cat? Ruin the surprise. But the cat didn't come out for the first one, you know? And so they take it back and roll it out. And out pops a kitten. Little kitten, like the brown with like all of the colors. And we named her Sassy. Actually, Sarsaparilla, because it's some kind of special spelling thing. But really, we would only call her Sassy. Ever. Her name was Sassy. She was so cute. We had so much fun having a cat. And they're like, you need to scoop the litter box and feed them and water them every day. And of course, like, we didn't. Kids won't. They just don't. This is why you have an indoor-outdoor cat. But Mom wanted to have an indoor cat because she had cats get run over in her world before, and that's no fun. That was the beginning. A few months later, some friends had some kittens, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, can we get a kitten? And we almost got a kitten, and then some other kids got the kitten, and we were really sad, so we went to the Humane Society and picked up another cat. Black kitty. She was really sweet and cute. Her name is Millie, short for millennium. Another tricky word to spell. She turned out to not be so nice. She was kind of weird. But that's okay. It was still exciting to have another kitty. 2 kitties. That made sense. Like, kitties need friends, you know? Like, we all need friends. We need friends. That's the theme of this story. Friends and kitties. Which happens to be the theme of my life right now. I'm new to the Big Island. I'm getting established. And you know, it's really hard without close friends. And I'm feeling like that same little 4th grader, like scared. And like, thankfully nobody makes fun of me because I learned from that part of my life how to be cool so that I don't get made fun of. Number 1, have cool hair. Number 2, have nice enough clothes. Number 3, how do I explain this? Talk to people. Show them yourself. Show them your personality. Look them in the eyes. Say hello. Call them by their name. They really love that. It's really simple. Hi, JJ. Every morning. She's just like, I feel it. I feel her little heart jump. She doesn't even know it. But it does. Just a little bit. Friends. Kitties. Oh, yeah. So I've been like dreaming about kitties. All the time. I always think about kitties. I always do. Yeah, and ever since I went to Oahu and got like a FedEx truck and had a thing I could live in, I've been imagining how I can have a cat. And then I come to Loa K and there's some cats. I'm like, okay, cool, I got my cat and I should be satisfied, but I'm not. I'm not quite satisfied with it because, you know, they're over at the main house and they're not at my house, and I have kitty treats at my house just waiting for like the cat to come out of the jungle. It's not coming out of the jungle. I keep waiting. There's some other cats around at individuals' like homes, and the cats here are kind of territorial, so I can't just like get a cat and bring it to the main house because they're gonna fight. Plus, some people are worried about too much cat hair, which is legitimate. Anyways, so I dropped the little girl off at her friend's house today, and her family was fostering kittens. 3 kittens. They were so cute, but there's these 2 that came out, and I just like totally died and fell in love with this one, like instant, like love at first sight. Love at first sight. Her name's Tickles. Tickles. The other one's Peaches. It's cute. So I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is what I need. I need kitties. I need kitties. I need 2 because they need a friend. And like, it's jungle out here, so they can be outside kitties, and there's not much danger of them getting run over by cars. Don't worry, Mom. And they need a friend, and then I need like a cat door situation so they can like easily run and hide, but I think I got that figured out. And because they're getting fostered, they're through the Humane Society, so they're getting shots, they're getting neutered. And guess what? Adopting them in Hawaii is free. Yeah, you know why? Because this place wants them to get adopted. They want to get them neutered, they want to have them shots, and they want them adopted, so they're not like, they just like pay for it so they don't make more kittens. Brilliant. I love this place. So the lady's like, make sure and think about it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm totally going to think about it. I can't think about anything else but when will the kitties get here? I already bought cat food. It's like 3 weeks away that I even get to have them. I'm not even, whatever. I dream of kitties. Yeah, and friends. Kitty friends. Kitty friends. Okay, so what else is going on in my world is I am getting more settled into La'akea. I have a spot that I am going to park my cars more permanently. Mainly the FedEx truck. It needs like a permanent home. And where I'm at right now is like not quite the spot because it's like the parking place. It's the parking lot for when they have events. And they don't want me taking up the parking lot. So I'm like, crap, I really want to like root in here. And then I discovered that just a little bit deeper into the jungle, there's this beautiful space. It's just covered by all these caliander trees that grow like weeds. There's like these weed trees, like just covering this area. So I've just been hacking at it. I've been going at it for like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't even know. And there's so many trees that I'm like, okay, I gotta pile them up somewhere. So I started piling them, making some piles. They're really good for they're nitrogen fixers, which means they're good for fertilizer. So it's like, put them around some fruit trees and they'll fertilize the trees. There's so many caliander trees, I can't possibly do that. And so now I've just been piling them, and then it turned into like, oh, this could be useful somehow. These huge piles of sticks. And so then I just started building like the perimeter to my yard. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of like a fence. It's kind of like a pig fence. I could keep the pigs out. Yeah. And then it's going to other places from there. My mind definitely works way faster than my body. I can't keep up with it, which is why it's really good that A, I don't have a huge house, and B, I have a more manageable yard, because my mind just has so many ideas on how to like create, do things, and add things that I'm always gonna, I always felt behind in my last house. Here, I'm just taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. It's human design. Yeah, I sing a song about it too. Anyways, so... Oh, let me share a little bit more, complete the Ochre Shadow story. We got bicycles. my parents decided that we needed good bicycles. Yeah, good bicycles! You know, Dad must have been doing really good at work or something, and they decided to buy us all bicycles, like nice, like giant, the brand giant ones, like mountain bikes that would last us forever, and they were great. And oh my gosh, that just opened life up. Jake and Kaylee and I would go for bike rides, and we really wanted like somewhere to go for long bike rides. So we would go, so Oquirre Shadows was this subdivision, but it was huge. It was like a pretty big subdivision. On the outside of it was a grocery store, and this grocery store had donuts. We would ride our bikes and go get a donut, and it was awesome. And we always rode in a certain order. Jake in the front, because he's like the leader and he knows where he's going and he's like the leader of the pack, right? And Kaylee is like the young, vulnerable one, so she's in the middle. And so I'm in the back, like watching everybody's back, protecting, you know. It's a very important job to be in the caboose. So fun to take these long rides. And then I could ride to friends' houses. I had one friend, Megan Lord, who lived at the very bottom of this subdivision. I lived at the top of it, and she lived at the bottom, so it was really fun to ride to her house because it was downhill. Riding home was a really long uphill ride, but I would do it because then I got to go play with my friend. It was funny because her dad went to school with my mom, so they like knew each other. They went to church together even. Yeah. One day Megan and I were like playing in the backyard with our shirt off and our pants off, just in our underwear, because it was really fun. We got in trouble. Yeah. We started talking about like our pubic hair that was growing. Like, are you growing pubic hair? I'm like, yeah. But we didn't really talk about it that much, but I think I was too embarrassed to talk about it. But she wanted to talk about it, but I was scared. I was totally scared. It freaked me out. Pubic hair? Ooh, what is this thing growing in? Ooh. You know, now I love it. Oh, gosh, I love it so much. I have the greatest armpit hair. It's so cute. It actually kind of feels a little masculine to me. Mine does. Not on all women. It's not. I really like armpit hair. Actually, it's like natural. It's cute. But mine is like, makes me feel tough. You know, definitely feeds my like tough guy complex. It's good. Yeah, so, you know, 6th grade was 6th grade, had friends, had a cool teacher, had a bike. Life was good. Then, I guess it might have been in the summer, my parents decided that it might be a good idea to sell the house. From what I understand, they were in a lot of debt. That was really stressing them out, and maybe it was like really good economy time to sell a house. So they decided to sell the house, and I remember them being so happy when it sold, and then they got a certain amount of money, and they did the math, and they're like, yay, they did a little dance, like, we're debt-free, and they were really happy about that. And we moved out of that house and into some apartment buildings. Stonebridge Apartments. That'll be chapter 7. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.